everyone! Today we're going to bake a classic white bread. With this recipe, you may have no need to buy a store-bought bread. For the ingredients, we will need 1 cup and 2 tablespoons of warm water. That's between 105 degrees Fahrenheit to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. 1 and 3/4 teaspoon of active dry yeast. But I'm using instant yeast in this recipe. We also need 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 1/4 cup of powdered milk. Non-fat may also be used. Then we will need 2.5 tablespoons of sugar. We will need 2.5 teaspoons of coarse salt if your butter is unsalted, but 1/2 teaspoon only if your butter is salted. We'll need 6 tablespoons of cold unsalted or salted butter. For our procedure, we will add yeast to a bowl. Add warm water to the yeast. If you're using active yeast, you need to proof it for 5 minutes. But for instant yeast, there's no need to proof. In a beater with a stand, add flour to the bowl. Add a non-fat powdered milk. I'm using a regular powdered milk in this recipe. Add sugar. Add salt. Add the butter. Add half of the yeast mixture to the dry ingredients. Make sure you cover the bowl with the dry ingredients guard to avoid forming a dust cloud. With the paddle attachment, beat the dry ingredients with the butter and half of the yeast mixture for 3 to 4 minutes until your ingredients are well combined. Continue beating. You will now observe that the dough has pulled away from the surface of the bowl. Add the rest of the remaining yeast mixture. Beat for 2 more minutes until the flour is absorbed and the dough has become smooth. Continue beating until the dough has pulled towards the paddle attachment and away from the sides of the bowl. Turn the dough onto the unfloured surface and knead for 5 to 7 minutes or until the dough is smooth and springy. Place the dough with the smooth side down in a well-oiled bowl and let it rise in a warm place for 1 to 1.5 hours. Cover your bowl with a plastic wrap. After 1 and 1/2 hours, Deflate the dough with the use of a plastic scraper and let it rise again for another hour. Cover the bowl with a plastic wrap. To shape the loaf, turn out the dough in a unfloured work surface. Pull the dough into a rectangle with the long side facing you and seal the edges and place the dough in a well-oiled loaf pan. Cover the dough with a plastic wrap and let it rise for 30 to 45 minutes. Set the oven rack to a middle position. Preheat the oven at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Place the loaf pan in a baking sheet and place the baking sheet inside the oven and reduce the temperature from 500 to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Bake the bread for 40 minutes. Rotate the baking sheet after 20 minutes and bake for another 20 minutes or until the top of the crust is golden brown. After 40 minutes, remove the baking sheet from the oven and place the loaf pan immediately onto a wire rack for it to cool. This bread recipe is great for sandwiches and would make for a delicious toast. You may also press different filling between the two slices of this bread. Serve as a toast for breakfast or a sandwich for snack. Turn out the loaf into the wire rack for it to cool. So I can't help myself but I sliced the bread even if it was still hot, just to check the texture of the bread inside. The bread is crusty outside but soft inside. If you were here, the smell is so wonderful. The smell of baking bread has filled the entire house. I enjoy eating this bread by frying quesong puti or the Filipino white cheese with honey and adding walnuts and putting this on top of a slice of this bread. Serve to your family and friends and don't forget to tag me when you try this recipe at home. Enjoy! Thank you for staying with me in this vlog and I hope to see you in my next vlog. Bye!